Hi, my name is Caleb Long, and I have done my project on the Teaching Typing Rhythm project. This is a game I've made that is a rhythm game, where instead of typing the notes, you type to lyrics. Normally, another game, you press buttons that correspond with a note taken across the screen. I decided to merge my interests in keyboard layouts, linguistics, and my interest in computers and keyboards with my interest in the music genre. So, I have created this software that plays a game. It'll, as the lyrics come through from the provided song, and you can type them and declare the lyric. It's effectively a rhythm game. I will demonstrate here. And I have 8 features in this project I'd like to go through. I make my volume quiet, so that way it doesn't drown me out. So here's a splash screen with tapping typist, which is what I've chosen to call the name of the game. So first I'd like to show the note processing I have. Sorry, I have 2 songs by default, but a user can add more. I have a script that converts a file into the format for this game. Typical users that would typically use this would have access to that kind of file, so it'd be pretty easy and simple for them to make their own file for the game. So as the game progresses, it will play the song, and the first feature I'd like to go through is note processing. So in a second, a few notes will appear on the screen whenever the singer starts singing. My pause is kind of sick right now. If I type them right, then notes appear. Notes appears after I finish it completely. So those are my first 2 features. Note processing, which processes it from a file called the .lt file, which I have developed, and user input is my second feature. Users are able to input it, and as long as they input it as it is shown, then it will work. See, I would then like to show power-ups. So as you can see, the more you type, your power-up meter will go up. So eventually, it's going to reach 100, in which you'll be able to clear the backlog completely. So this is what happens when you boost the game. And after this, I'll defer this, it will end by itself. It takes 10 seconds. So let me demonstrate the power-up feature. As you press input throughout the game, whether that is just tabbing along using your arrow keys during the rests, which is originally implemented this, as to just typing during the actual game itself, see it's still going up. As I get close to 100, it'll start glowing. And I'm just going to let it go on for a second. I'm just holding the keys right now. And now that it's at 100, I can press the grave key, and it'll clear the entire backlog. Okay. Now you've already seen the next feature, which is the win and lose conditions. I'm not going to be showing the win condition here because it's rather long song, and it'll take me a while to get to the end. But you will see the lose condition in just a second again, which is the case when lives run out and the backlog is full. In this specific instance of the game, the backlog is set to 25. So that means that only 25 notes can be in the queue before you will lose a life. And since you have 5 lives to start, you can run out of the queue 5 times until you lose the game. See, the next feature I'd like to go through is user settings. So I have the ability for the user to change the lives backlog. I recommend starting with like a higher one, if you're starting something like this, which allows the user to customize their experience. Sorry, I forgot the numbers, I apologize. It allows them to customize their experience to how they wish for it to be. This song takes a while to get started, so I'm going to start talking about the next feature, which is animations. So every time I start typing, my character on the left will start moving. That's the player character. So every time the user does anything, if you click in any input, the character will animate. And then whenever a note is added, the boss, the enemy character, animates, as being shown right now. This is the way of adding some more motion and fluidity respond to the game. My very last feature is the overall professionalism of it all. Throughout the project, it has appeared in variously, typically very ugly, honestly, and I've been able to tailor it to a more professional form and allow it to appeal to more audiences by giving it a more modern, sleek look. I believe that is all. I have been using this in my free time to learn how to learn how to type in Dvorak, and that's the main reason I made this. So I really want to learn Dvorak and Workman, which are keyboard layouts that are kind of like QWERTY, but made to be a bit more useful. And I have been continuing to learn those through that. All right, that's all I have. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.